welcome to the Coda Guitar Level 4 lesson on octaves. Octaves are a really great way of fattening up your guitar playing and getting a more thicker sound with a bit more attitude and character. A lot of bands use them, such as the Chili's, Muse, Foo Fighters and Metallica, and they're just a really common tool for good rock guitar playing. You can hear from the example at the beginning of the video how it, with a bit of distortion, it gets a good thick rock sound. For example, if I played a 16th note riff on a single string on D, let's say, you can see that sounds fine with a bit of distortion, but it's a little bit bland, it's a little bit lacking in power. So if you add an octave, you can instantly hear that that's a bit more thicker, it's got a bit more attitude to it. But you could also do power chords in that scenario, but sometimes they don't work because, for example, when you've got the fifth in there, sometimes moving between chords gets a little bit messy. So that's where octaves come in, and that's why they're a really good tool for you to use in your rock playing. Now, if you're wondering what an octave is, don't worry, you're already halfway there if you can already play 3-finger power chords. If you can't, I recommend that you view the Coda Guitar 3-finger power chord lesson for free on the website. And basically, I'll just recap what a power chord is. If we start on A on the 5th fret, you've got the 5th in there, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you've got 6, 7, 8. The 8th is the octave. So to play an octave, you're just going to take the 5th out and play the 2 A's together. So there is a bit of technique involved in executing these the right way, because as you've noticed, there's the note where you used to play the 5th is now, we don't want to hear that. We just want to hear the A and then the A on the D string. So you need to mute that note in the middle. The best way of doing that is your first finger is already on the string, and if you just arc it over, sort of like a bar, but fret the E string, you'll hear that you're automatically muting that string. And then after that you can just add your 4th finger to the 7th fret on the D to play the octave, and there you have it. You've got that note muted in the middle. You could use your 3rd finger there, but I just find it easy to use the 4th, especially when sliding around. And also that 3rd finger can come in handy if you're struggling to mute it with your 1st. You can just add it there, and then you've got it muted. The shapes, as you can see, are 2 frets apart on the E string, and you can root it from the D string as well. So if we play it on the 5th fret there on the D, your octave is 2 frets apart on the 7th. There are roots D and roots G as well, and they're actually, due to the tuning of the guitar, they're 3 frets apart. So your little finger would be on the 8th fret there to play the octave of a G, and then the same on the G string. If we play it on the 5th fret, which is a C, the octave is on the 8th fret of the E string. But we're just going to focus on rock playing today, so you want to be using the root E and the root A. And another important aspect of your technique is, if you're rooting it off your A string, so we'll play that D octave there, you're going to want to strike through it to get that rock sound. So you need to make sure that the E is muted. You don't want that ringing out. So the best way of doing that, if you've already got them fingers doing that, you can use your 2nd finger to mute the top string there. So you've got it like that. And then you you can strike right through it, and it all should be crisp and clear. So we'll pause it there, and if you can just practice muting the strings that you need to mute and letting them ring out. So the best way to do it is play the D octave on the A string there, and just really get the hang of muting the E string with your second finger, and then the middle one there with your first finger, and you can just slide them up and down and really get the hang of doing that.